So hi, Jack. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us today.
No problem. Thanks for having
Yeah,
me.
absolutely. As you know, we're opening up enrollment into the association again, and we like to ask current associates like yourself who have transitioned successfully to talk a little bit about the program. So thanks again.
Nope.
Yeah, so maybe you can just start by introducing yourself and the position you transitioned into.
So my name is Jack O'Sullivan. I'm now an area sales manager with Triple Red. We're a laboratory supplies company and work on selling sort of specialist lab equipment. Yeah, and I've been there with about 6 months now.
Fantastic. Yeah, and I know this has been a great it's a great fit for you. I want to rewind a little bit though, and one of the first questions I always want to ask is, okay, you've transitioned now, but if you go back and think about the challenges you were having before you transitioned, before you even joined the association, what were those for you specifically?
There was a very clear moment in my, point where I was looking to try get into break into industry that I said I need help and I need to change something. And it was this moment where I got called for this, I got headhunted by a recruiter for this job that felt I was absolutely perfect for. It was a sales job. It was in Ireland. It was selling a product that I had used that I really liked, loved the company, knew loads about it. Went and smashed the first interview, was going to the second interview, and it all went wrong. And I didn't get it, and I just said, wow, if I didn't get it at this point, I'm doing something fundamentally wrong and I need to make a change. And I started looking around. I enrolled in tons of career development programs. I got a mentor,
Wow.
and I found the CSA as well. And I just threw myself into everything. And I said, no matter what, I really need to make sure that I push that, because I felt like it was my golden opportunity and I had messed it up.
Yeah.
So that was the point that I started looking
Yes.
into really getting help with everything.
So then, okay, perfect. Thank you. And so you realized you needed help. You said you joined a wide array of programs. So I'm curious, after joining the association and digging in, um, how did it help you, and how was it different from these other programs?
The huge difference at the CSA to other personal development, career development, online courses that I've done is that it's run people who have PhDs, who have transitioned into industry, who know science and understand the industry really well. The advice I was getting from other, career advice sites was great broad advice, but not useful for, they didn't know the difference between an MSL, a sales job. They don't know, what, one key pharma company want over another company, and the advice I was getting from the CSA was so targeted and so clear, and just brought and was showed you how to leverage your PhD. I think that was the key thing. I think I'd never really thought of my PhD as inherently valuable, and also the transferable skills behind that. No one had really fully unpacked that for me and showed me that there was so much more than just I knew how to do Western blotting,
Mm.
you know. And that was the point in which I was able to speak differently in interviews about my PhD, about myself, and about my experiences, and really show them all.
Fantastic. And you were very active in the private group. So I guess how did the private group help you? And then how did you talked about the materials a little bit? What was there any aha moments as you were interacting with the private group or going through the materials?
Yeah, very early on, there was a CSA. I used to read all of the transition stories because I said these are the people who are making an industry, so they must be doing something right. So I was reading all the advice on that. And one CSA member said something that always sticks with me. They said, "You get out of the CSA what you put in."
Mm.
And straight away, I knew that I wanted to try really interact with it and really throw myself into the program. Um, at first, that meant I think I tried to do everything.
Yes.
And then I think Laura and a few people slowed me down. Said, "Go back to the LinkedIn. Go back to start with the basics and work your way through." I think that is the aha moment. That actually this isn't about doing everything at once. It is a process. You need to really know who you are so that you can sell yourself better, so that you know how to network properly, because you're talking about yourself at these things,
Perfect.
and really to focus in on informational interviews. I think that as well was really a big turning point.
Excellent. And with someone such as yourself who's been through a lot of online programs, you probably, like a lot of PhDs, were a little wary of which ones were actually going to provide value. Um, did you look at CSA and were you concerned before, and then maybe after you joined, what was that moment where you knew this was going to be worth the investment?
Well, I liked that the CSA, laid it out practically in a scientific way. You said, if this was to, get you a job straight to manager level, this is how much, that role would be. This is how much the investment of joining the CSA is. If it even gets you a job a week sooner, it's going to be worth it. And I said, well, that's a really good point, and that's laying it out really practically. I knew that I wanted to invest in myself and my career. The CSA is the only real course that really focused on PhD specifically. Um, I was, I think, I was nervous at first, but I looked at the profiles of the people who were involved, and they were all working for companies that I really liked and admired and would like to work for. So to me, I decided I tried a lot of things just because I felt like one of them has got to work for me. So I didn't really hesitate. I just went for it, and I would encourage people just to go for it, even if you're unsure at first. I think it's really important at the stage you're at now, if you're looking to try transition to industry, to take chances and take risks and invest in yourself. And I mean, even if you don't choose the CSA, you've got to start, making choices that are, investing in yourself.
Yeah.
Obvious, yeah,
Got to have the initiative, and
yeah,
you definitely did, Jack. And I'm really excited for you in your new career. So congratulations again.
yeah. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Jack.